They're vanishing, pawns in an unholy war. And out of the darkest shadows of the fearful city rises Spawn. Enemies like Violator, Redeemer, Overt Kill, and Melbalgia himself are everywhere. I think that's how you say that. From Bedlam Asylum to the nightmarish Dark Lands, can Spawn's special powers help him survive this madness? Experience awesome combat and intense graphics in the incredible style of the comic that started Is All. Todd McFarlane's Spawn. McFarlane's? I don't know. It's Todd McFarlane's Spawn the video game, developed by, oh boy, Yuki Yotai, published by Acclaim, released in 1995. It's part of the Spawn franchise, and it's beat 'em up. Kind of like them Spider-Man games and them Superman's games, and we got a lot of these on the Super Nintendo. A lot of side-scrolling beat 'em up, final fight kind of games based on comic books. And you know what? This is probably one of the better ones, and it's not great. This was released in the United States and Europe for the SNES, developed by Yuki Yotai, published by Acclaim and Sony in late 1995. It features Al Simmons. He's Spawn, trying to save the lives of 13 children in a beat-em-up type of video game. Maybe that's what the "They're Vanishing" on the back of the box was about? The missing children? Not mentioned at all. The game received mixed reviews, graphics were praised, while the unoriginality of the game was criticized. Well, when the game was released, the Image comic Spawn character was popular in the US, and this is the first video game based on the books. The game is based on the book, we just saw that. It was developed by Yuki Yotai on behalf of Sony, who published it in the United States and Europe, even though it was Acclaim on the box, I guess. Mike Gaim elaborated the story and the concept of the game together with Kenshi Narushi. The pair designed the core elements. Comic book style cutscenes were designed by C. Bradford Gorby and displayed between levels in order to move the story forward. The music was composed by Harumi Fujita. Action side-scrolling beat-em-up with some platforming. We control Spawn, who can walk, run, duck, jump through 17 levels. Holy crap. You can punch and kick. That's about it. In addition to melee attacks, you have an arsenal of special powers that require input of a special button combo. Using a special power will drain your life meter. Different special powers use different amounts of energies. Several of the powers will fire projectiles, but the main character can also teleport, as well as use a special power that completely refills his life force meter. What? Also, the health can be replenished by collecting a special item dropped by one of the end-level bosses when defeated. That's when you need your health restored at the end of the level. Game over is when your life is fully depleted or your time runs out. An unlimited continue system allows you to keep playing the same level if all lives are lost. There's a password feature, but the amount of life left on the force meter will not replenish if you use a password. Mixed reviews, we said. Graphics and animation and music were praised. A reviewer for the German Video Games magazine noted that the graphics and sound were good for a 16-bit system, but relatively low quality compared to the graphics shown on 32-bit consoles. Gee, I wonder why. Several reviewers thought that the gameplay was neither innovative nor varying enough. Some reviewers considered the special moves to be too difficult to perform. On the other hand, the special moves available was seen as one of the highlights of the game. In addition, critics from GamePro and the French video game magazine Superpower liked that it was faithful to the comics. Others found the game unsatisfying even in this regard. Andrew Barron of EGM said it doesn't really have the feel of the comic, and all but one of the magazine's 4-person review crew judged the game to be mediocre, citing a good variety of special moves but slow character movement and an excessive number of cheap hits, especially when fighting Anti-Spawn. Really? That's his name? A reviewer for Next Gen was even more condemning. Suffering from problems with just about everything, a lack of speed, poor play control, and lousy graphics, this completely generic attempt at a video game is less enjoyable than a skin rash. Still, most reviewers recommended the game for fans of the comic book series. I'd probably put this at a 6.5. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And it's a very generic, just go and beat things up. I guess if you like Spawn, that's a thing you can get into. I don't really care too much. I saw the movie with John Leguizamo in it. I couldn't tell you who else is in it. That's how good it was.